Hey guys, welcome back one and all to another Final Fantasy Record Keeper video. I'm Ffrk, and today I want to talk to you guys about buff stacking and how to know what buffs stack with what and what buffs don't stack. Okay, so let's go over it real quick. The first thing I want to share with you guys, the first piece of information is that if the buff affects the same stats, like just the same stats, then the buffs do not stack. Okay, so the party that I have here, as you can see, once again, Sentinel's Grimoire and Yoshitola's Stone Skin 2. I made a video about this before, but I'll mention it here again. The reason why these two don't stack with each other is because these two soul breaks affect the same stats. They both affect defense and resist, and both of them affected the same percentage as well, 200%. But the percentages doesn't matter. Like, for example, if Stone Skin 2 only raised your defense and resistance by 100%, it still wouldn't matter because these two soul breaks affect the same stats. Now, on the other hand, if the soul breaks affect different stats, then they do stack, and I will prove it to you right here. So in this example, I'm going to be taking Papalimo, and her super soul break raises magic by a moderate amount, okay? So pretty cool. And then I'm going to be using Alphanod's super soul break as well, deployment tactics, which also raises magic by a moderate amount. Now, because deployment tactics also raises attack, this means that that means deployment tactics will stack with Papalimo's ley lines, even the magic, okay? So you will be able to stack the moderate amount. So both of these, they stack for moderate amount. You'll be able to apply both of these buffs because deployment tactics raises attack as well. Now, if, let's say, you have another character, where's Krilly? Sorry. So you have her, right? And if you look at her soul break, her super soul break, Sheep Song, which only raises magic. This one only raises magic. The Sheep Song will not stack with ley lines because this one also only raises magic, both by a moderate amount. But because deployment tactics on Alphanod raises attack and magic, you get both the magic buffs. And I'm going to prove it to you right now as soon as I find my Terra. So this is for example purposes. I'm not even going to worry about synergy or anything like that. Okay, we're going into battle. I'm going to choose obviously an event that costs 1 stamina because it's much cheaper. Okay, so I'm going to bring Grimoire just so I don't die doing this example. If I can find one. Okay, Stone Skin 2. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be using ley lines first. Seems that, or it really doesn't matter. I'm going to hold the turn. I'm going to cast Ley Line first, which raises my magic a moderate amount. I'm going to power break down right here just so that I don't die. Okay, so let's cast Blizzaga first. So Ley Line's buff is applied. Okay. Now, I didn't lower its resist or anything. The defensive values on Steiners are going to be exactly the same. Alright, so the first hit, 3,621 damage with Ley Lines, with Ley Lines moderate increase to magic. So next I'm going to use Alphanod's deployment tactics. And it'll show, and I should do significantly more damage. Okay. Not gonna do anything. So Alpha deployment tactics, which also raises magic a moderate amount, but because it raises attack as well, it will stack. So let's see how much damage this does right here, assuming I don't die first. Excellent. Okay, how much will this do? 5,457 damage. Okay. And obviously I didn't do anything. I didn't hit him with a multi-break or anything. That was Steiner's full defensive stats. Okay. And that shows to you guys right there that deployment tactics and ley lines do stack. And that is because ley lines affects magic, and deployment tactics affects magic and attack. It's the fact that it affects a different stat. That is why these two buffs will stack with each other. Now let's take a look at another buff, okay? Or actually it's a debuff. It's the breakdown abilities, right? So power breakdown lowers attack. Now the reason why it doesn't stack with power break is because both of these, they only lower attack. As you can see, lowers the attack of one target, right? But multi-break and full break, there you go, multi-break right here, because it lowers attack and other stats, that is why the breakdown abilities and multi-break abilities stack with the break, or sorry, that is why full break and multi-break stack with the full break abilities, because these affect different stats as on top of attack, in comparison to power breakdown, which just affects attack. Now let's take a look at something that doesn't work. Oh, sorry, I already mentioned it. Like the Stone Skin 2 and Sentinel's Grimoire. They don't stack because they affect the same stats. If they affect different stats, for example, deployment tactics affects magic and attack, and ley lines only affects magic, because the deployment tactics affects a different stats, those two will stack with each other. And there you go, guys. I hope you guys found this video to be very helpful, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.